Do you ever feel torn between conflicting passions in life? Between practicality and pursuing your dreams? Today, we are going to explore more on what should be one's approach when it comes to the choice of being pragmatic and yet working on your dream. We'll look at one man's story of trying to break free from compromise to reclaim his passion. Part 1, John's story. Meet John Benson, a 37-year-old who had spent a decade working at Industrial Light and Magic creating special effects for films. By all outward measures, John had a great life. Well-paid job, nice house, wonderful family, everything. But inside, he felt creatively blocked and hollow. See, John had always been torn between two great loves, engineering and film, science and art. He studied chemistry and physics but lost interest. So this is what was happening with him. He got a film degree but didn't have the courage to actually make films. So he compromised, applying his science background to film business, specializing in the robotic vehicles used to create special effects. But as technology evolved, John spent more and more time at a computer rather than tinkering and building things with his hands. He craved something more tactical and visceral. Privately, he started converting an old Porsche into an electric car just to have an engineering outlet. This reignited his passion and planted a dream he could actually start an electric company himself. Part 2, The Leap. At age 36, John hit the crossroads. He couldn't sustain interest in a practical compromise path any longer. If he was ever going to change course, now was the time, he thought. Was it the right decision? Let's see. Without any financial backers, John made the leap, quitting his job, selling his house and moving his family to Portland, where he could afford to bootstrap his electric car venture from his garage. It required immense sacrifice. His wife had to say goodbye to close friends and work remotely. His kids changed schools and lost their nanny. John felt terrible, like he was letting his family down to chase an unlikely dream. But he also knew he had to resolve the inner conflict in order to grow. Continuing to ignore his true passion would eventually make him miserable. Part 3, Obstacles and Insights. Of course, such a decision is like you putting all the load on your infant dream and expecting it to support your life as a grown-up. It is never easy, even when you finally committed taking the plunge. Few exception stories are celebrated, but most of the stories are of failure and are hidden or untold. In Portland, John got sidetracked completely by unexpected house renovation that drained his startup funds. Without saving, he had to take a full-time job again, putting his electric car plans completely on hold. John's experience highlights some key insights and actions for successfully nurturing a second act. So let's look one by one. What are these 4 insights and what are the 4 actions coming out of them? The first one, start small and grow gradually. Instead of taking a huge leap, start by dedicating a few hours each week to your passion project. Consistency and persistence over time can lead to significant progress without overwhelming you or your family. So the action here is block off specific time in your calendar for working on your second act and treat those appointments with yourself as non-negotiable. Don't compromise there. Second insight is leverage your existing skills and network. Look for ways to apply your current expertise and connections to your second act. This can provide a foundation to build upon and open doors to opportunities you may not have access as a complete beginner. So the action here is identify 3 skills or relationships from your main job or main business that could be valuable to your second act and brainstorm how to utilize them. The third insight is validate your idea before making drastic changes. Before appending your life, test the viability of your second act idea on a small scale. This could mean creating a prototype, conducting a market research, or even starting a side hustle to gauge interest and refine your approach. Action here is define a low risk way to validate your second act idea and set a timeline for conducting this experiment. That is more important. The fourth insight is communicate openly with your family. Pursue your second act in partnership with your loved ones. Be transparent about your goals, the time and the resources you plan to invest, and how they can support you. Regularly check in with each other to ensure everyone's needs are being met. The action here is have a heartfelt conversation with your family about your second act aspirations and listen to their feelings, concerns, and ideas for making it work for everyone. By following these insights and actions, you can gradually nurture your second act alongside your main job or business, giving it the time and space to grow without undue pressure. This balanced approach allows a smoother transition and increases the likelihood of sustainable success in the long run. So, what about you? Do you have any passion or dreams tugging at your soul? Is it time for your second act? I would love to hear your thoughts and experiences wrestling with this eternal human dilemma. I can help you with the Dream Framework to start working on your second act. Do check the description for free workbook on the Dream Framework. It has all the details you need to create your purpose and launch your second act. Leave a comment below and let's continue the conversation. If you found this video inspiring, give it a like and consider sharing it with someone who may be feeling stuck or at a crossroad in their own life. Be sure you subscribe for more videos exploring how to live, work, and create with more purpose and joy. Until next time, keep rocking.